Welcome back to the Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show, and today we're going to be all fancy. I got my iced coffee in a champagne flute and my pinky is out to be proper on this. Hold on one sec. Because we got this episode today that I have yet to watch and react to, and believe it or not, it's one of the most viewed videos by Glamour in this series. It's titled, How This TV Producer Spends Her $95K Salary. Wait for it. Honest accounts, wait for it again, Glamour, and they got 1.6 million views and 26,000 likes on this video. And somehow, I've yet to react to it. I don't know how this happened, but anyway, better late than ever. So let's watch this episode. We're gonna smash the like button. There we go. Like button has been destroyed. Oh wait, what's that in the description? Oh, that's right. You can get your 4 free stocks using the link down below in the description when you deposit $100, and those stocks are worth all the way up to $1,600. So if you want pretty much free money in the description, may as well get that down below before the offer expires. Let me know what stocks you get. And now let's start the video.
I'm a producer in New York City. I work on TV commercials, and I make about $95,000 a year.
I've always found it so strange why they don't show their heads. I know this is like the whole format of the series, and maybe that's what makes it so interesting. It's like we're watching an episode of Sleepy Hollow. It's just the headless horseman, the headless people. Never mind, let's just keep watching it.
I actually do feel like I have a pretty positive relationship with money. I'm really thankful that I'm totally debt-free. At the same time, living in New York.
It looks like her neck is moving at a different pace than the audio. Have you ever noticed that?
Positive relationship with money. Relationship with money.
Like, it looks as though they're just using random clips of her. Like, they could just put her up there for like a minute. Get 1 minute of her just sitting there, and then she's just voicing over the rest. Think about it for a second. That's the new theory with this.
New York City, the money just flies out your butt so fast.
It's always kind of strange to watch them kind of like nervously fidgeting with their hands as they're holding their bank statement right below, and they know they're just opening themselves up to scrutiny of millions of people, and they're just anxiously playing with their hands. It's kind of awkward to look at.
That you don't really have a sense of what you're spending, and that, you know, you just spent $6 on a coffee, and that's obscene, absurd.
Oh, good. You know what? We have a similar mindset. $6 for coffee? Nuh-uh. 20 cents in a champagne flute.
So I've got about $148,000 in savings, about $5,000 in a Roth IRA, $75,000 in a traditional IRA, $50,000 in stocks and other mutual funds, and about $18,000 in savings in the bank.
All right, so we see she has $148,000 total in savings, which at 40, she's probably a little bit further behind where she should be. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's doing way better than most, but depending on when she wants to retire and how long she's been making this income for, maybe have a little bit more saved up, but either way, we got $5K in the Roth. Probably not enough, but I would like to see that upped at some point. $75,000 traditional IRA, not bad. $50,000 in stocks, and then $18,000 in a savings account. So she's doing okay, but to live in a high cost of living area like New York, she's probably gonna need to start really pushing these up if she wants to retire.
So because I work freelance, money is really erratic, and I try to budget myself for about $5,000 a month. So $1,500 towards $2,300 in rent, which I split with my fiance.
$1,500 out of 23. So I'm wondering if she's the one making most of the money and they're splitting it on a proportion of their income. So let's say she makes 2/3 of the money, she spends 2/3 of that on rent, and he spends the other 1/3. I'm curious if maybe that's how it is.
$220 on utilities, $139 in monthly subscriptions, $75 for car insurance, and $500 towards savings if I can. That's a goal. That leaves $2,566 to spend.
Okay, so $1,500 rent. That's fine. I agree with that. That's not bad. Especially New York, she's doing okay on that. Utilities, $220. Gas, internet, phone, other. You know what? It's on the high end. She's paying a lot of money for her phone bill. That's the only thing I'd say she could get the phone bill probably down to $70 and then save that extra $50. Let's see, subscriptions, $139. Netflix 12, Amazon 12. ClassPass, I don't know what that is, in Squarespace. That's okay. Car insurance is great, $75 a month. That's great. She must be a fantastic driver. Savings got $500, not enough. Definitely not enough on the savings account, and definitely that's too much money to spend. When she's got $2,500 a month to spend. Too much money. I'd say she could get that down to $500 a month to spend and then save the other $2,000. That's what I would do, but let's see how she spends.
So I've just started to see how being frugal and counting your pennies, being safe without being stingy with money really will pay off if you're careful, and it does add up. You know, I didn't know if I wanted to say this or not, but I smoke weed, so I would say $300 a month.
Oh, dropped a bomb on us. Wow. I love how they kept that. You know what? At least she's honest. I mean, not for me, but hey, you know what? It's pretty much legal now. We can pretty much talk about it. I don't know if that's a lot to spend. $300 a month seems like a lot of money to me. That to me is like a car payment. Like basically, she's smoking a car payment. She could lease a new car for less than $300 a month, and she's just oh well. It went up in flames. Okay, all right.
Here's my last credit card bill. David's Bridal. That was my wedding dress for $434.
Not bad, not bad. $434 for a wedding dress. I wonder if she could return that afterwards. Is there a return policy on wedding dresses? If you just get it the day before, put it on, like be super careful, and then bring it back and be like, oh, you know, it's like an Amazon return policy. You just return it to me. Anyway, I don't do that. I don't do that, and I don't endorse that. It's just for comedy, guys. Just for comedy.
It was on sale. It was a good find. Next is Kula Brooklyn, which is a yoga studio I like to go to, and that's $100. They don't take class so I have to buy classes there.
Ooh, $100 on a class. I mean, if she's doing this maybe once a month, maybe I could justify that, but any more than once a month is too much money.
A dinner for $32. Tolls for $55. Suen, $33.99. It's macrobiotic, so they don't do a lot of booze. MTA, $20. Tumblr, $9. Fandango, $35.
These are the most random charges I have ever seen in my entire life. Why are they only highlighting some of these? Like we got Enzo Clinical Labs. What's that? Yeah, I don't know. They glanced over that one. Key Foods, Seamless, Dropbox. Spent a lot of money on Key Foods. Look at that. Key Foods, $51 on the 17th, and then again, $30 on the 19th. AT&T payment, yikes, $224. AT&T's, they're not good. It's expensive. A lot of Amazon too. We'll continue, okay.
Mexican restaurant, $81.30. My fiance and I went to dinner with a friend, so that was probably just me covering the two of us.
All right, it's a lot of random spending. I would say it's just a lot of stuff she probably doesn't need. She's spending money on it because she's got $2,600 a month to spend, or sorry, $2,200 a month after that comment she made. But okay, well, let's continue. I'd just say spending is too high, but let's see.
My most frequent purchases are my Amazon spending. I've started buying toothpaste and face wash and all that stuff there. I try to spend about $500 on groceries every month, but I do expect that I spend a little bit more than that.
Is that for two people or just one? If she's spending $500 a month just on her, I would say she's got a case of the munchies. Ah, man.
Seamless, that is the bane of my life. $38.19, $52.58, and $51.
What's Seamless? A food delivery. Goes to show you guys, I don't do that. Seamless food delivery. All right, $76. Too much.
Dwayne Reed for $31.17. Apple Music subscription, $9.99 a month. Bagelsmith, $11.41.
Ooh, $11 at Bagelsmith, Brooklyn, New York. Listen, New York bagels. You can't compare bagels with New York bagels. Great, but $11, I would question that. I'd say a good New York bagel, $3 max.
Otto's Drunken Head for $34.80, which was drinks with a bunch of work friends. I had 2 drinks that night.
2 drinks, $34. That's why I don't get drinks. Well, first of all, I rarely ever drink. Like if I drink, I might have like one on a special occasion, and that's it. But one of the main reasons, actually, what started this off of just like me just really not having anything to drink was because it costs so much money. It's like not only am I gonna feel like worse the next day, but also I'm gonna look at my bank account and feel even worse than that when I see how much the drinks cost. So just not worth it. Much rather coffee.
I am not a big drinker, but I do like cocktails. Think coffee, 1416.
What is 1416? She's got to get like a whole bunch of stuff with that coffee.
This looks like a latte in one of their nut bars, which I like there.
A latte and a nut bar, 14 bucks. Listen, okay, safe to say, she's blowing about 600 bucks on stuff she doesn't need every single month that she could be putting towards her retirement, which she needs to do. The spending is too high. Like 600 she could save relatively easily just by budgeting. That's it. This is just like off the top, the easiest, the lowest hanging fruit here, 600 a month she could save just by cutting back on a lot of this stuff.
My most unusual expenses here are Enzo Clinical Labs.
Ooh, we wanted to know about that. We wanted to know. Let's see what this is.
For $250. That was from some fertility testing that we were going through last year. So that actually cost thousands of dollars. So that was just the one last bill to close that up.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Can't knock that. You can't put a price on that. So that's fine.
Namaste Bookshop. I spent $39.14. It was some crystals.
Why do you need crystals when you could just watch YouTube videos instead? Right? Just watch more YouTube videos. Easy.
The big ones are very expensive, but this is probably like a $10 crystal.
Oh, look, you can see your mouth. You can see your mouth. I'm sure somebody who's really good at forensics would be able to like take the shape of the chin and the mouth and then be able to use that to reconstruct her entire face and find her identity. But that is an expensive crystal, or as Breaking Bad would say, it's minerals. Minerals, Marie, minerals.
So looking at this, all my charges for this month were $2,829.
She spent over her budget on that. Just on random stuff. Random stuff. I bet her essentials of this, maybe $1,000. I bet maybe $1,000, meaning she could save a lot of money. She could save pretty well. She could do this for 15 years and just set herself up for a pretty solid retirement, I would say. Decent, nothing extravagant, but she could do it. She's just got to cut back on the spending.
I'm probably not going to retire in the classic sense of retiring. I can see myself switching careers later in life and having like a much less stressful, low-key kind of running like a little yoga studio or a flower shop or something like that until I really can't work at all. And then they'll just push me out to sea on a raft, maybe.
Yeah, they'll kind of have to do that at this rate. I mean, she doesn't have a choice other than to continue working. Now, that's going to be her only option at this point unless she reins back on some of the spending. I don't think there's anything wrong with her, by the way. Saving up a little bit and then continuing to work, but just dialing it back a little bit. My biggest thing is that, at least if you're going to do that, you want to make sure you have enough saved up for any health expenses that might come up or anything unforeseen that might come. You want to make sure you have enough of a buffer, and you never want to be forced to work if you really just don't want to. And she could do that if she just cuts back on the spending now. But let's go to the comments and see what the comments have to say. Wow, Elle, people are telling her what to do with her money. Meanwhile, she has over $100,000 in savings and can afford to blow $5,000 a month. She is doing fine. Worry about your own finances. See, I think she's doing fine in the sense that she's doing better than the average. Certainly, most people don't have that, but still, in her position, she could be doing so much better. I love the arguments back and forth. $100K in savings is not a lot for someone who's over 40, especially because she doesn't have any real estate property like a house. The reality is she wouldn't be able to retire on that savings. And then David says, and what can you do? Lol, how much you got saved? So overall, I would say she's doing okay. I would like to see her doing so much better given her situation and just given her overhead. She could be doing up here. But instead of being up here, she's here. You know, better than average. She could be in a much worse situation, but yeah, she could be doing so much better. And overall, I love these old episodes because the magic with old episodes like this is that they get people just making mistakes. Now I feel like everyone is so concerned with getting the best example. Let's bring the perfect person that Graham has nothing to critique because they save orphans from burning buildings, and on the weekends they volunteer and they help save lives and they make all this money and they don't overspend and they make their food at home. And then what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to be like, yeah, they're perfect. I have no reaction. This is what you should do, guys. I like episodes like this with people just messing up, and I wish we could see more episodes like this just because it gives me more to react to. That's all. But otherwise, in all seriousness, I like seeing people do well. But for content creation, we need mistakes. And one of the biggest mistakes out there is if you're watching this right now and you still haven't smashed the like button for the YouTube algorithm. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post it pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there, as on the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour. New episodes being posted every single Sunday, so make sure to be a part of that. And lastly, if you guys want the 4 free stocks, use that link down below in the description. Webull is going to be giving you 4 free stocks when you deposit $100 on the platform, with those stocks potentially worth all the way up to $1,600. So if you want free stocks, use that link down below. Let me know which stocks you get. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.